This is what we are going to start three-dimensional geometry. Now, in three-dimensional geometry, the topics which are being covered are straight lines in space and planes. In this, most of the time, the questions what have been asked in the previous years or this year in January and February and March session are mostly based on the shortest distance between the two skew lines, foot of perpendicular from a point to the line, and basically the plane and line relation has been highlighted. Every year, the similar concept will be highlighted. Plane and line is being highlighted more. So some of the questions we are trying to discuss here now. So just have a look. For a greater than 0, the feet of perpendiculars from the point A of A minus 2A3 and B of 0, 4, 5 on a plane Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to 0 are so and so. In the sense, something like this. There is a plane. There is a point A of A comma minus 2A comma 3. And there is one more point B of 0 comma 4 comma 5. This A foot of perpendicular of A is shown as C of 0 comma minus A comma minus 1, and the foot of perpendicular of B is given to us as D, whose coordinates have not been mentioned. We have to find the projection of this segment CD. It is as good as it is projection of AB on CD, but unfortunately we don't have D to find out. Neither we have the equation of the plane thoroughly. We are just given that the equation of plane is Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to 0. So because it is foot of perpendicular, here the angle is 90 degrees and here also the angle is 90 degrees. So because the angle is 90 degrees, this BC, or you can think AD, become the hypotenuse of this particular triangle. Now, what are the things you can observe here fundamentally are, the moment you see a plane, you must understand that these coefficients of x, y, and z, what you can see in the plane equation, are nothing but the direction ratios of normal to the plane. So they are this L, M, and N. What observations do you hold from the diagram are important here. Point number one, what you can see is that the first observation what we get from the diagram is that the line CA is parallel to the normal. This is the first observation what we get. The second observation what we get is the point C is on the plane. With these two things, we would try to manage. The primary observations are these two. So when two vectors or two lines are parallel, if it is 2-dimension, we call their slopes are equal. Now it is 3-dimension, we say the direction ratios are proportional. So CA is proportional to normal, CA is parallel to normal. So direction ratios of CA are proportional to direction ratios of normal. Direction ratios of CA are A minus 0, minus 2A plus A, and 3 plus 1, 4. And direction ratios of normal are L, M, and N. When these two are parallel, when the CA and normal are parallel, they are proportional, means L by A is equal to M by minus A is equal to N by 4. This is the first one. From these two, we can get something like L is equal to minus M, the first observation. Then from these two, I can get M by minus A, M by N is equal to minus A by 4. This is the second one. Now, I have completed my first observation. Whatever I can derive, I have derived. I got this equation 1, this as equation 2. Now I'm going to C is on the plane. If a point lies on the plane, it has to satisfy the plane. So 0 C of 0 minus A minus 1 lies on Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to 0. So it has to satisfy. So 0 minus Ma minus N is equal to 0. From this, I will get m by n is equal to minus 1 by a. Is it right or not? Minus ma is minus ma minus n is 0. Minus ma is equal to plus n, or m by n is minus 1 by a. Okay. Then from this m by n is minus 1 by a. From this m by n is minus a by 4. So from 2 and 3, minus 1 by a is minus a by 4. So you get a square is equal to 4. A square is equal to 4 will yield us a is 2 or a is minus 2. If you observe the question here, yes, specifically mentioned that a is positive thing, a is greater than 0. So I need to consider only a is equal to 2, but not a is minus 2. So from this, what do I get? Substituting in equation 3, I get m is equal to minus 1 by 2 into n, or n is equal to, m is minus n by a is 2, so minus n by 2, or n is equal to minus 2m. N is minus 2m. L is already minus m. L is already minus m. From here, equation 1. M is anyway m. So what does the equation of plane become? The plane equation is Lx plus my plus nz is equal to 0. That's nothing but x minus y plus 2z is equal to 0. So now, instead of finding out d, I'll find out the perpendicular distance bd. You know the formula for perpendicular distance? It is substitute the point in the plane. So 0 minus 4 plus 10, that is 6 by root 6, which is nothing but root 6. So BD we got. Now the distance, now because CA you have got it as 2, the point C would become 0 minus 2 minus 1. And because this is hypotenuse, you can find out the length of this BC length. BC length, if you find out 0, 4 plus 2, 6 whole square, 36 plus 36, this is root 72. This is root 72, this is root 6. So from the right angle triangle, this length is going to be what? Root 66. Hence, this is the answer. This problem has been little complicated because of the absence of this particular plane equation. Had we had plane equation, then it would have been much more comfortable that we find out the foot of perpendicular using the formula, and then we would have proceeded in a simpler way. So this is little complicated. So you need to understand that again, he's talking about a relation between a line and a plane. Any doubt in this particular problem? In this solution, does anyone have any doubt? Okay. In this question, you observe what has been given. Let P be a plane Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to 0, containing the line so and so. So there is a plane. Again, there is a plane. Again, the plane equation is not given to us. Observe, he is not giving the plane equation in both of the things. He says that it contains the line. There is a line here. The line which is passing through the point. What is the point given? Is the equation of the line you can observe is 1 minus x by 1, which is x minus 1 by minus 1, y minus of minus 4 by 2, z minus of minus 2 by 3. This point in the numerator can be seen as 1 minus 4 minus 2 is the point on the plane, on the line which is there in turn in the plane. This point is there. Let me name this point as something. Okay, not necessary also. Even if you want to name it, we can name it as some R. And this minus 1, 2, and 3 are supposed to be the direction ratios of the line parallel to this particular line. The line is parallel to the line which has direction ratios minus 1, 2, and 3. Again, as told in the previous problem, the coefficients of the equation of the plane xyz represents the direction ratio of the normal to the plane. So L, M, N are supposed to be the normal DRs. Normal DRs. Normal is the one which is perpendicular to the plane. Normal is the one which is perpendicular to the plane. So here LMN are the normal DRs. Now, what are all the points that we observe? First, we are supposed to get the equation of the plane. Why? Because he says that this plane is dividing the line joining the points A and B in the ratio of k:1. So I need to find k. If I have to find the value of k, what is the formula for which the plane divides in which ratio when it is asked? What is the formula that tells us how to find out the ratio? Is minus of substitute the first point in the plane by substitute the second point in the plane. This is the formula. Pi 1, 1, 1 indicates substitute the first point in the plane. Pi 2, 2, 2 indicates substitute the second point in the plane. If I have to use this formula, I need to know what is the equation of the plane. To know the equation of plane, I need to know what are L, M, and N. For that, this diagram is important. What are all the observations again coming up from the diagram? Observation number 1. The point lies on the plane. Point 1, minus 4, minus 2 lies on the plane. Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to 0. So what do we derive from here? L minus 4m minus 2n is equal to 0. This is 1. Second observation, what do we have is the normal is perpendicular to the plane, means normal is perpendicular to every line on the plane. So hence this is perpendicular to the line. In fact, it is perpendicular to its parallel line also. So normal is perpendicular to the line. Therefore, drs of normal dot product with drs of the line, that is minus 1, 2, 3 is equal to 0. So that gives us minus L plus 2m plus 3n is equal to 0. This is the second equation. We have only two equations, but we have three unknowns. Remember, in all three-dimensional geometry, you will get only proportional values. You will not get exact values. So say, for example, I am adding 2 and 1. Adding 1 and 2. L and L gets cancelled. Minus 4m plus 2m is minus 2m. Minus 2n plus 3n is n is equal to 0. So I got n is equal to 2m. Substituting this in equation 1 or 2, wherever you want. L minus 4m minus 2n is another minus 4m is equal to 0. So L is equal to 8m. So the equation of the plane is 8mx, then my plus nz is 2mz is equal to 0. So the plane equation is 8x plus y plus 2z is equal to 0. This is the plane equation. Now I can go for this formula. What is the ratio he has given is k. One moment. What is the ratio he has given is k. So k is equal to minus of, substitute the first point. First point is minus 3, minus 6, 1. Minus 3, minus 6, 1. Substituted, divided by, substitute the second point. 8 2s are 16 plus 4 minus 6. So what am I going to get? Minus of minus 28 by 20 minus 6 is 14, which gives me 2. So k is equal to 2. Let's go for the next one. This is what we have used here also. What we have used now, foot of perpendicular. From a point to a plane, if foot of perpendicular is asked, then from a point to a plane, you can directly apply this formula. This one. Foot of perpendicular from a point to a plane. And when it is coming to image, then you will have a minus 2 here. The formula for foot of perpendicular and image are absolutely the same, except that for image, you will have a 2. Why? Because the object distance must be equal to the image distance. So there are two distances here. Foot of perpendicular will end here itself. So we'll have only one. This formula is valid for both of the things. Only difference is 2. We can remember that. Okay. Now, based on that, this is one most critical problem asked last year because of the condition here that lambda needs to be an integer. What has been told? Shortest lines, shortest distance between the lines. What are the lines given to us? First line is x minus lambda by 1 is 2y minus 1. I am taking 2 common and writing it as y minus half by half is equal to, here minus 2z, I shall be writing it as z by minus half, z minus 0 by minus half. This is in the form of a line passing through the point. Passing through the point is the numerator values. Lambda, half and 0 are the point through which it is passing. These are DRs of the line. If you want, you can take 1/2 and minus half. If you want, you can take the proportional values also. The direction ratios of the line are, you can take 1/2 and minus half. In case you feel that with the fractions you are not comfortable, then you can multiply it by any number other than 0. So suppose I multiply by 2, then I can take 2, 1, minus 1 also, because direction ratios are infinite. So you can take according to your comfort. You must multiply with all the three coordinates with a similar number so that you are comfortable. Okay. Then the second line, what has been given is x minus 0 by 1, y plus 2 lambda is written as y minus half minus 2 lambda by 1 is equal to z minus lambda, that is also divided by 1. So here the next point is, if I name it as C, it is 0, minus 2 lambda and lambda. This is the third point, 0, minus 2 lambda and lambda. Things, if lambda is not clear, I am writing it once again. 0, minus 2 lambda and lambda. Then d bar is the direction ratios of this line. This line direction ratios are quite comfortable. It is already integers 1, 1 and 1. Now the shortest distance or rather skew distance between the lines. Do you know what are skew lines? Skew lines are those lines in two-dimensional geometry. In two-dimensional geometry, the lines must be either parallel or intersecting. There is no other way when it is two-dimensional geometry. But when it is three-dimensional geometry, the lines can be neither parallel nor intersecting. Both the things can happen. Neither parallel nor intersecting. Those are called as skew lines. Because here in two-dimensional geometry, they belong to one plane. But in three-dimensional geometry, these one do not belong to one plane. Do not belong to one plane. They are belonging to different planes. So they are non-coplanar. So this is one important concept which will be asked this about the skew lines. One of that is here. So distance between the skew lines in skew distance is always better to be done in the vector algebra format, where it looks like this: a bar minus c bar, b bar, d bar by mod b bar cross d bar. So in this, I have to find the first numerator determinant, which is mux of a bar minus c bar, b bar and d bar. A bar minus c bar. From this, you can see here a bar and here c bar. A bar minus c bar is lambda minus 0 and half minus of 2 lambda, half plus 2 lambda, and then 0 minus lambda. This is a bar minus c bar. Then b bar. B bar, I told you, you can take this or you can take this according to your convenience. So suppose I take 2, 1 and minus 1 because they are integers, comfortable for me. And D is anyway 1, 1 and 1. So when I expand this, what do I get? Lambda into 1 plus 1, 2 lambda. And then minus of half plus lambda into 2 plus 1, 3. So minus of 3 into 2 lambda plus half. And 2 minus 1, 1. So minus lambda. Under modulus. Mind it, here there is a modulus. So under modulus. So 2 lambda minus 6 lambda minus 4 lambda minus lambda gives me minus 5 lambda. And minus 3 into half, which is minus 3 by 2. Please do not forget to keep a lambda, because our vectors can be there in left-handed system or can be there in right-handed system. LHS means left-handed system here and RHS means right-handed system here. This is our numerator part we have found out. Now we have to find the denominator part. The slide is not sufficient, so I am going to the next slide to find out B cross D. Now B bar is 2, 1, minus 1. Did I copy that right? Let me see. 2, 1, minus 1, correct? And D bar is 1, 1, 1. So D bar is 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, and 1. Now I need to find out modulus of B cross D. You know how to find out the cross product. It is I bar, J bar, K bar. 2, 1, minus 1. 1, 1, 1. So that's nothing but 1 plus 1, 2 I bar, and 2 plus 1, 3 J bar with a minus, and 2 minus 1, 1 K bar under modulus. This gives me square root of 4 plus 9 plus 1, which is root 40. So the numerator what I got, this is denominator. Now the numerator what I got was how much? Modulus of minus 5 lambda minus 3 by 2. So numerator was modulus of minus 5 lambda minus 3 by 2. Moreover, what has been given in the problem? The skew distance has been given as root 7 by 2 root 2. So I have to apply that now. Skew distance is given as root 7 by 2 root 2. Skew distance here is numerator minus 5 lambda minus 3 by 2 under modulus divided by denominator root 14. I can write it as root 7 into root 2 is equal to root 7 by 2 root 2. Now root 2 and root 2 got cancelled. So modulus of minus 5 lambda minus 3 by 2 is equal to 7. Now if we remove the modulus, we come across two cases. 5 lambda minus 3 by 2, 7 by 2, 7 by 2, or 5 lambda minus 3 by 2 is minus 7 by 2, minus 7. In this first case, 5 lambda is equal to 10 by 2, 5. 10 by 2, 5. Lambda is going to give you 1. And in this case, 5 lambda is equal to minus 7 plus 3 minus 4 by 2 minus 2. Lambda is going to give you a minus 2 by 5. Now what you can observe again in this question. See the question, he is asking you lambda is an integer and mod lambda is being asked. So lambda is an integer. This is an integer. This is not an integer. So you select this. So what would be the answer? Mod lambda will be equal to 1. Any doubt in this? Anything to be repeated? So again, we are going to the very next problem. This one. If the mirror image of the point P of A69 with respect to the line, there is a line. The point is, the object is A69. The image is given as, one second, this has to be moved. Yeah, 20 B and minus A minus 9 or minus of A plus 9. This is the object and this is the image. I have shown you in the earlier slide the image of the point with respect to a plane, but this is not with respect to a plane. This is with respect to the line. X minus 3 by 7, Y minus 2 by 5, and Z minus 1 by minus. So that formula will not be applicable for this. Then what observations again from the diagram we do? Because it is image, the object distance is equal to image distance. The first inference which we get is midpoint M, the midpoint of PQ must lie on the line, lies on the line. So what is the midpoint? 20 plus A by 2 and B plus 6 by 2 and 9 minus A minus 9 minus A by 2. This is lying on this line. So it has to satisfy. So in the place of X, I substitute A plus 20 by 2 minus 3 by 7. I am substituting in the line. B plus 6 by 2 minus 2. B plus 6 by 2 minus 2 by 5 is equal to third coordinate minus A by 2 minus 1 by minus 9. So what am I going to get? A plus 20 minus 6, A plus 14 by 14 is equal to b plus 6 minus 4. B plus 2 by 10 is equal to minus of a plus 2 by minus 18. So minus minus cancels. This is. From these two, I shall get a. A plus 14 by 14 is equal to a plus 2 by 18. 7, this is 9. So which in turn gives me 9a plus 126. 14 nines or 126 is equal to 7a plus 14. So 2a is equal to minus 112. So a gives me minus 56. So a is minus 56. Let me keep it. Then we go to B. Now from these two, I would get B because anyway I have come to know about A. So B plus 2 by 10 is equal to A plus 2. A is minus 56 plus 2 by 18, which is minus 3. So from these two, B is going to give me minus 32. So he wanted modulus of A plus B. Modulus of A plus B. So A plus B is equal to minus 88. So modulus of A plus B is equal to 88. So this is that. Hope you have understood. Every problem will not be associated with a formula, mind you, but every problem can be done in geometry, particularly if you are able to slightly visualize it, put pen on paper, draw a diagram, then things go pretty smooth. It's almost like a cakewalk. Every time you cannot expect the formula to come up for every problem. So this is, for a moment, let us just see. So here we are being given that there are two lines whose direction cosines satisfy this. One is L plus M minus N is equal to 0. And the second one is L square plus M square is equal to N square. And we have also been given that the angle between the two lines is nothing but alpha. So we are supposed to find the value of sine power 4 plus cos power 4. As I told you earlier also, this has 3 unknowns but only 2 equations. So you cannot expect the exact values of Lm and N. So you will get proportional values. So you need to eliminate one. So from equation 1, we substitute N is equal to L plus M in equation 2. So L square plus M square is equal to L plus M whole square. So L square plus M square is L square plus M square plus 2Lm. So L square M square gets cancelled. It is 2Lm is equal to 0. So either L is equal to 0 or M is equal to 0. So two cases are coming up here. One is L is equal to 0. Another is M is equal to 0. Now substitute this in equation 1 again. Then what do I get? L is 0. So N will become M. N will become M or M will become N. Anyway, you can. Suppose I write it like this in the reverse order. L is equal to 0 substituted in equation 1. M is N. N is always N. So if I give some values for N, I can give any value for N. Here I am giving 1. I am never ever supposed to give 0. Do not give 0. You can give anything except 0. So the proportional values when N is given 1 are 0, 1 and 1. These are the direction ratios of the first line. Then coming on to this, substitute this M is equal to 0 in equation 1. Then we get L is equal to N. M is equal to 0 we have given. N is always N. So again keeping N is equal to 1. If you want, you can give 1 or you can give 2 or minus 1, any number. Other than 0, you can give any number. Suppose I give 1. So I would get 1, 0 and 1. These are A2, B2 and C2. So the angle, now you know that the direction ratios of the lines. So you have been given that the angle is alpha. So cos alpha, the angle between the two lines is given by A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 by square root of A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square into A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. Now, if you feel that the formula is looking a little lengthy, please do recollect that it is nothing but A bar dot B bar by mod A bar into mod B bar. What we have seen in vector algebra, the same formula. In geometry, it looks little bigger, nothing more. So 0, 1, 1 dot with 1, 0, 1 divided by square root of 0 plus 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 0 plus 1, which gives us 0 plus 1, 1 by 2. So I got cos alpha is equal to 1 by 2. So sin alpha will be, cos alpha is 1 by 2, alpha is 60 degrees. So obviously sin alpha will be root 3 by 2. So cos power 4 alpha plus sin power 4 alpha is 1 by 2 whole power 4 plus root 3 by 2 whole power 4. So it is root 3 power 4 is 9, 9 plus 1 by 16, 10 by 16, which is nothing but 5 by 8. So proceeding to the next problem. Image of the point in the plane. See, earlier we have seen the image of the point in the line. Now this is the image of the point in the plane. This is the point, say 1, 0, minus 1. Its image in the plane. The plane image in the plane is alpha, beta, gamma. The plane equation is given as 4x minus 5y plus 2z minus 8 is equal to 0. I was asking 15 into alpha plus beta plus gamma. It's a plane, hence we can apply straight away the formula. X2 minus x1 by A is y2 minus y1 by B is z2 minus z1 by C is equal to minus 2 of ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d by a square plus b square plus c square. The formula which we have seen earlier, where this is your x1, y1, z1, the object, and x2, y2, z2, the image. And this is being compared with ax plus by plus cz plus d. So directly applying the formula, alpha minus 1 by 4 is equal to beta minus 0 by minus 5 is equal to gamma plus 1 by 2 is equal to minus 2 of. Substitute the point in the plane. So ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d means substitute the object in the plane. So 4 ones are 4 and minus 0 minus 2 minus 2 minus 8 by a square plus b square plus c square. So this gives me 4 minus 10 minus 6 into 12, 2, 12 by 16, 25, 41, 4, 45. 12 by 45, which is nothing but 4 by 15. So alpha minus 1 by 4 is equal to beta by minus 5 is equal to gamma plus 1 by 2 is equal to 4 by 15. Observe, what do we want? We want 15 into alpha plus beta plus gamma. Anyway, you want 15. So why should you find separately this and this? So from these two, if you cross multiply, 15 alpha minus 15 is equal to 16. So 15 alpha is equal to 31. Then from these two, 15 beta is equal to minus 20. And from these two, 15 gamma plus 15 is equal to 8. So 15 gamma is equal to minus 7. And he wanted 15 alpha plus 15 beta plus 15 gamma. So 31 minus 20 minus 7, which is nothing but 4. Just mere application of the formula. The next one. Foot of perpendicular from the point 3, 4, 1 to the line of intersection of the planes. See, the two planes are like this, let us think. One plane is like this. Then the other plane is like this. One plane is like this, the other plane is like this. These are the two planes. Say this is plane phi1 and this is phi2. Now this is supposed to be the line of intersection. Let me show that in a different color. This is, say I'm showing it in green, is the line of intersection of both the planes. So on this line of intersection, he is saying that foot of perpendicular from 3, 4. 3, 4, 1. From this point, the foot of perpendicular is to be calculated onto this line of intersection of the planes. The first plane equation is given by x plus 2y minus z minus x plus 2y plus z minus 6 is equal to 0. And this is y plus 2z minus 4 is equal to 0. Now we want this foot of perpendicular. Now this foot of perpendicular is on the line. Line means this line is line of intersection of both the planes. That means this line is there in plane 1, this line is there in plane 2. So this Q, since Q lies on line of intersection of the planes, line of intersection of the planes implies it has to satisfy both the planes because it lies on the planes. It has to satisfy both the planes. So just got to do the option verification, which option would satisfy both the planes. That's all. Simple. So check up which option satisfies x plus 2y plus z minus 6. So if I substitute the first option, 10 by 7 plus 2 times 12 by 7, 24 by 7 plus 8 by 7, then 10 plus 24, 34, 34 plus 8, 42 by 7 minus 6 is equal to 0. It is satisfied. So this one is satisfying this plane. Now coming on to this plane, let me substitute the 10 by 7 and 12 by 7 here. There is no x term. The y term is 12 by 7. So 2 times 12 by 7 minus 4. 2 times z, right? Y is 12 by 7. One moment. I didn't write y. Y is 12 by 7 plus 2z is 24. 2z is 16 by 7. 2z is 16 by 7. This minus 4. 12 plus 16, 28 by 7 minus 4 is also satisfied. That means this point is satisfying both the planes. Once it satisfies both the planes, it obviously has to lie on the line of the plane. So it must be the foot of perpendicular. And here you can clearly observe that the same numbers are there. Actually, we are supposed to verify the remaining 3 options also. Maybe you are given the 3 options also satisfying this line. But what is to be seen over here is that all the 3 coordinates are same, but the only thing is they are varying in sign. So there is no chance in this particular case that more than one option will be satisfied. So we can go for option verification. Coming on to this. Distance of the point P of 119 from the point of intersection of the plane and a line means there is a plane. There is a plane like this. The plane is given as x plus y plus z minus 17 is equal to 0. The line is there. That line is intersecting. That is why he's saying point of intersection. Say the line is like this. The line is x minus 3 by 1, y minus 4 by 2, z minus 5 by 2. The line is coming and intersecting at this particular point. Say this point is Q, because we have already named P. Now we need to find the distance of the point 119 from the point Q, from this. Now, one moment, you may have a misinterpretation here that P is exactly, I have drawn it above. So you may think that we can use perpendicular distance formula, need not be. The point is somewhere, so let me keep it somewhere over here, so that you don't have the idea that you have to find perpendicular distance. You must find Q, then only you can find out the distance between P and Q. So to find Q, Q is what? The point of intersection of the line and the plane. So let me equate the line to some T. So every point on the line will be of the form x coordinate will be 1 into t plus 3, that is t plus 3, 2 into t plus 4, that is 2t plus 4, 2 into t plus 5, that is 2t plus 5. So your point Q will be in the form 3t plus 3, 2t plus 4, 2t plus 5 for some t. We don't know which t. We have to find that. How do I find? What do I know? That Q lies on the plane. Since Q lies on the plane, x plus y plus z is equal to 17. So substituting this, t plus 3 plus 2t plus 4 plus 2t plus 5 is equal to 17. T, 2t, 2t, it is 5t. 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5, 12. Coming on to the other side gives me 5. So t is equal to 1. With the t is equal to 1, the point Q would become 1 plus 3, 4, 2 plus 4, 6, and 2 plus 5, 7. So now that I know P and Q, I can find out this distance. That is square root of 4 minus 1, 3 whole square, 9, 6 minus 1, 5 whole square, 25, 7 minus 9, 2 whole square, 4. So it is square root of 29 plus 9, root 38. This is that. Coming on to the next one. Find the equation of the line passing through the point so-and-so and perpendicular to the line so-and-so. Meaning to say, there is a line here. This is x minus 1 by 2, y plus 1 by 3, z minus 1 by minus 2. Means this is a line passing through the point 1, minus 1, 1 and having dr's 2, 3 and minus 2. Now we want a line which is perpendicular to this line. We want a line passing through the point A, 0, 1, 2 and perpendicular to this line. So say this is P and this is Q. What can you see here? That we want a line A passing through A and perpendicular to Q. You can still do option verification. Check out which option is passing through 0, 1, 2. This is passing through 0, 1, 2. This is also passing through 0, 1, 2. This is also passing through 0, 1, 2. This is also passing through 0, 1, 2. So your verification, option verification of 0, 1, 2 has gone waste. Now, what do you need to check? Because the line is perpendicular, because AQ is perpendicular to PQ, direction ratios of AQ dot with direction ratios of PQ must be equal to 0. So the next thing what you need to check up is take each option, their direction ratios are there in the denominator, dot product with this 2, 3 and minus 2. So 3, 4 and 3, you dot product with 2, 3 and minus 2. Check out whether you get 0 or not. If you get 0, that's fine. So 3 2s are 6, 4 3s are 12 and 3 minus 2s are minus 6. This is not equal to 0, hence this is not the answer. Coming out of the next one, minus 3, 4, 3 dot with 2, 3 minus 2. What would it give? Minus 6 plus 12 minus 6. This is equal to 0. Perfect. This will be the answer. If you want, you can recheck whether this is going to fail or not. So 3, 4 minus 3 dot with 2, 3 minus 2. If you do, you will get 6 plus 12 plus 6, which is definitely not 0. So another one, the last option, 3 minus 4, 3 dot with 2, 3 minus 2. It is again 3 2s are 6, minus 4 3s are minus 12, 3 into minus 2 minus 6, which is in turn not equal to 0, hence this cannot be. So the method, what we have adopted here is just option verification, where step 1 we found out which option is satisfying the line which is passing, because the line is passing through 0, 1, 2. We have verified which option satisfies. Unfortunately, all the 4 options are satisfied. Then there will be a unique line through 0, 1, 2, which will be perpendicular to the line PQ. which will be perpendicular to the line PQ. So we checked up the dot product or the perpendicularity. In 2-dimension, we call it as product of slopes -1. In 3-dimensional, it is dot product 0. With dot product 0, we just got one option. Once we got one option, we have understood that this second option is satisfying the point as well as perpendicularity. So honestly speaking, after getting this satisfied, we need not go through this, or rather we don't go through this. We'll save time here itself. So we have to go for the next one. So that's all for today. Any doubts, you can ask now. Again, I tell you that make the best utilization of the app. This is an extensive app, very meticulously worked out, very exhaustive with work. So it will be a golden opportunity for you to utilize this. So please make utilization. Again, I tell you, the promo code is AJ10, by which you'll get around 10% discount. So see you. Have a nice